What's happening now?
What's happening now is September 9th will be the Ascension Teachings conference that Antonio. Listen, the first one was phenomenal. So I know it's just gonna keep getting better and better. Though that time he said, "Hey, send your questions here," and he was answering them. Yeah, those who asked questions from the last time and they weren't answered on the last Ascension Teaching will be answered on this one. So keep sending your questions in, ladies and gentlemen. But welcome to the call. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad to have y'all on. I'm telling y'all don't want to miss September 9th, okay? It's the Mr. Anthony, it's the prelude to September 30th. All right? That's what I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Oh, goodness. All right. Good morning, Renee. Greetings. Renee, Prophet Jerry, good morning. All right.
Around here getting everything organized.
That's it, Mr. Anthony.
There's a good reason to get everything organized for sure. Good reason. Grand rising to all of you as we will continue to move forward on our journey. Today, we're talking about real estate, six-figure and million-dollar deals. That's what we're talking about today. And I don't mean that in the sense of some generic talk. I mean that in the sense of September 30th cometh.
Right.
And other things surrounding it. There we go. September 30th coming and other things surrounding it. So we're going to have a good detailed conversation. And many of our conversations moving forward will be in accordance to September 30th. There we go. Additionally, as you can see, shared upon thy screen, September 9th, just a black background, Jerome, and words, because it needs no explanation. The last one was so major. I feel like Beyonce, so I can just sneak it in on y'all. I don't have to say much. Just sneak it in on y'all. It's right there. September 9th is the second of the Ascension conferences. It's bigger than what it was last quarter, and a tad bit longer to squeeze more questions in there, but longer in audience response, not longer in just because it's long for no reason. We have that there. So that's September 9th. And right now you can go to the link I'm about to post in the chat. And then you go to that link, you can ask all your questions. These questions will be open for just a short while longer. I won't tell you when they are. I won't tell you when. The goal is to ask your questions. And any question you ask, you can get the answer to. Not however, but in addition to that, there is no question too big, too small, too weird. Somebody's going to ask if aliens exist. I mean, I'm sure. But other than that, but make sure your question is your question, so you can ascend to the next level. That's the point of it. Like, I know law is in the process of ascending because ascension is uncomfortable.
Watch it.
I just rolled my eyes 10 times.
Exactly. And ascension is very uncomfortable. It's an uncomfortable process because we don't ascend in comfort. We don't. That thing you call.
Give me a pillow. I could take a pillow. God.
Like a pillow or something. Yeah, like you finna go through hell, but here's a pillow. Yeah, we gonna burn the pillow, but it's a pillow. Though. It's a pillow.
Is there cold refreshment? Something. God.
The refreshment. Yeah, that makes sense. It makes sense. So be ready for September 9th. Ask only the questions that you are going to ascend. This is one of those things I don't have to ask y'all to ask, because this is available to the broad network. So if you don't ask, I mean, I already got like 100 questions submitted anyway. So if you don't ask, it's all right, because it's out there. It's out there. It's free, 100% free of charge to you. And then Yes, 100% free of charge. You expect more things like that. Expect more things like that as well. Let's talk about six-figure deals before we get to real estate. Let's talk about six-figure deals before we get to real estate. There's a few opportunities. Well, let's all right, so note time. This is Antonio saying six-figure deals. Clearly. Let's talk about that before we talk about that. In order to get deals, the first thing you have to do is be present where your feet are. Most of you are not. It is a glaring recognition, indictment that you are typically not present where your feet are. Most of you on this call right now are not present where your feet are. So you want to be present where your feet are. A billionaire taught me that. It means wherever your feet are is the most important thing that you're doing in your life. And you can't get deals not being present where your feet are. If you remember, we were talking, the first thing I did when we started this back in April, it's been some journeys now. We're on class 68. First thing I did was I took you to Richest Man in Babylon. Now, interesting how I would start off personal finance and start there. And if I had a chance to do it 100 times over, it would still start there. There is a section in The Richest Man in Babylon in which a foreigner is talking about procrastination. He doesn't know the word in their native tongue, but he describes what it is. People who are not present where their feet are massive procrastinators. People who are not present where their feet are massive multitaskers. If you do not learn to become present, you repeat the present over and over and over until you become present. That's just the way it is. Most of you have been living this present moment for 20 years. So what's that present moment? This is when you get an opportunity and you miss the opportunity. Why? Because you're not present. Right now, there are six-figure deals happening in ATS, but you're not present. So not only can you not vibrate at them, you can't see them if you can't vibrate at them, but then you're not, or you're being avoided because you're too unstable. Or it's just avoiding you because you spend more time convincing your spouse than seizing opportunities. In the game, 0.01, which will be coming out, hopefully, my goal is to have it come out by Christmas. There's a card you pull that says, you picked the wrong spot. Give half your money, lose 2 turns or something like that. I'm not joking. Please know, a lot of you are not present because your significant other keeps you present and proving to them how this is going to work. And you never actually do how this is going to work. Did I say something smart? I feel like that was really smart. That is part of it.
Reverend.
Just is what it is. You know,
Oh, my Lord.
you convince them, but no, listen, this is a great opportunity. And you spend all your time being present saying, no, this is a great opportunity. And then the opportunity passes. Procrastination comes in many forms.
Thank you.
Defending your dreams with your significant other, multitasking, imposter syndrome, Some of you didn't even want to show up this morning, but you did. So congratulations. You beat your imposter syndrome. Yeah, congratulations. Congratulations. Jerome will tell you, sometimes you go to church, you don't feel like church.
Listen,
Yeah, it ain't always in you.
no,
You show up,
that's it.
but it's different when you show up this time. You know, you really, that's the days you really need a word.
Mr. Smith.
Yes,
Smith. Mr. Smith,
sir. Yes, sir.
you are talking to Jerome today. My nephew came in from Iowa last week, and we went up to the shore for 3 days. And I got to do the calls from there too, but I got to go, and I got to stop here and interject, because I had a little time to myself where I didn't have to do no work. I had to do nothing. I actually took a vacation and did nothing. Okay. And then I got on the calls and I got a couple phone calls. And when I wasn't doing that, they didn't ask me to cook. They didn't ask me to cut grass. They didn't ask me to clean up my house. I sat there and guess what I did? Nothing. And I loved it. And the view was like off the hook. Well, what was very interesting about all of that is that I had a time to have some introspection about myself and about life and about what was going on. And I've shared with you guys about the little mess that was going on with my sister. Still going on, still going crazy. But here's where the blessing came in. And it ties into these classes with ATS. I realized that the anger or the vitriol, the hatred that my sister has for me, I'm not like that, was something that has been orchestrated, had been going on. I didn't even know. I thought it was just me and her. No. And then I realized, I said, Jerome, she has been sharing this information with family members over the years. You didn't know anything about it. You're having conversations with family members, and you're sitting there defending yourself with the family members based on the thing that she's built up with them, and you don't even know it. And you're sitting there making a statement, and they're saying, it's a compliment. I give them a compliment. And they go, no, but they take it as an insult. And then you're apologizing for what you said because they misunderstood what you said, when in fact they didn't misunderstand what you said, because what had already been built up about you was being confirmed. So nothing that you said is going to be positive because you're scum. And I'm sitting there going, and I didn't even realize this was going on. And then all of a sudden I said, Jerome, you have to be careful about what people say to you. And then you got to be careful about what is said to other people about you, because you're spending, you're talking about apostasy, you're talking about not showing up. And now you're spending your time, I'm apologizing and saying I'm sorry and kissing people's behind, all of that, give them a little tongue sometimes. Come on now. And I'm sitting there going, what the? Oh, some of y'all know what I'm talking about. And I'm sitting there going, I ain't done nothing wrong. And then yet I'm spending all of this energy. And I say, Jerome, you got to stop doing that, because you can't change that perception of you, because that perception has become reality. So all you can do, my friend, is move forward and do the right thing and let your harvest and let your actions demonstrate to everybody that all that crap is just what it is. It's a bunch of crap. And use your energy to get your dream, instead of using your energy to apologize and try to convince folks that's not who you really are. That's not who you really. I'm sitting there going, have you lost your damn mind, Jerome? Obviously I have, because this has been going on for at least 3 years. And Antonio, I didn't even know. But because I took that time and just relaxed, and you talking about being where your feet are at, and just was centered, I was like, what the hell? And listen to me. And believe it or not, and I know some of you might question this, I'm smarter than that. Not at that time I wasn't. No, help me, Jesus. I just see you talking to me today, okay? I just want you to know that. I'm like, what the hell? Was he with me at the shore? I just want to say that.
No, I'm glad. Because the crazy thing is, Jerome, the crazy thing is, you ain't the only one I'm talking to. But, folk like to hide behind other folk, since you're not pregnant.
Watch it.
Well, I tell you what, I'll jump out there.
Okay, come
If
on.
you talking to Jerome, you stepping all over my feet, sir.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
guilty.
Jerome was present in defending himself, present in complimenting, present and talking with them, never present in making money.
Mm.
Let me
My God.
reverse that on all y'all.
All right.
And
You talking to me too?
Talk to me.
Antonio, I'll say this. I'm putting Jay, that's why you not don't see me on camera for a second, because I'm putting Jay in the chair. But I said to him, I said, I don't talk with my family. He was able to sell some of his books while we were at home. And I was like, that's what's up. I don't think any of them have ever bought anything of mine. But then I realized that sometimes I don't have I used to hold some really negative things about them because I was like, man, some of them never poured in, and the ones that did are not here anymore. They, they passed on. And I'm just like, but I know there's a lot of times where they be like, well, I mean, she up here, she far away from family, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, you know what? I don't trip about it because it is what it is. And besides, I had to make my own path. And when you around a whole lot of some destruction of people, you gotta bounce from all that. And I realized sometimes why my mom married and moved away herself. You know what I'm saying? Not just because of starting a new life, but just because of sometimes all of the anger and all of those seeds that was up there with the rest. And so sometimes when I'm around them, I'm like, I'm happy to be around them, but then at times I'm like, man, I'm glad we live in North Carolina and they in Cleveland, Ohio, because I'm like, I can't be around all that negativity. And what I'm saying, sometimes you wanna, sometimes kiss people, be like, oh, blah, 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 they're my aunts and my uncles. And then now I'm just like, I value my peace more now than anything. So I'm just like, I love them. They're my family, but I'm over here in North Carolina enjoying my life. And there we go. My peace is so much greater than being around them, because that make me get gray quick. Even in this beautiful curly hair I'm wearing, they make me get gray quick. And I ain't trying to be around it. But I'm grateful that Jay was able to they bought a couple of his books, and I'm like, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? Because it blesses us. But I'm like, yo, I can't be around that, man. I'm cool way over here in my own little bubble with people that uplift me, not the ones saying, oh, you got a little business, Renee. I'm glad I'm over here.
I completely understand. Y'all clap for all three of them. I completely understand. Listen, I appreciate people who push me out of what I think, not with words, just by what they do. For instance, my middle son watches a lot of Japanese anime, and he watches them in Japanese. And on his own, I spent $247 on Duolingo here 2 months ago. I saw Deanna log in. It told me you logged in like 3 days ago. For the family plan, because my 10-year-old on his own was teaching himself Japanese. And it's Ashton, by the way. And I appreciate people like that who do something and make me think, oh man, I'm going way too small. You cannot make money if you're not present in making money. And right now, there are, oh, by the way, when I'm talking, do me a favor and here, I got it. Send me that. right now, there are things happening in ATS. And I don't mean like because of ATS. Adonia's doing something that if you're not present, you don't know it.
Mm.
Ken's doing 10 things. If you're not present, you don't know it. So I can't even tell you about the 6-figure deals until y'all stop being present in stuff that's not 6-figure deals. There's something, you've heard this statement all the time. I'm going to explain it to you. Say successful people say no 90% of the time. Millionaires say no 90% of the time. Since you have since you don't speak the language, you think they're being mean. Let me tell you a story. Saturday, Sugar and somebody check on Sugar. I don't see it. Sugar and my cousin Nathan was sitting in the office. Went to go see my dad in prison, came all the way back down. And he's in, they got prisons in the country. They don't have them. Like there's no prison in Houston. There's too many escape routes. They put them all in the country. And we come back down, and Nathan, who is my older cousin, he's probably 50 now. I have no idea. He's making 6 figures. He's incredible. And he was like, I was trying to explain to them how people will think you're weird when you start winning, because winning translates into a different language. And he's if I ever do a TV character, if I ever do like an animated TV character, he's so going to be in one. I've always told him this because he has this incredible, like I got the raspy DMX voice. He has this incredible, it's this soft Mike Tyson pimp voice, it's something like that. And he goes, nah, Doc, I was saying the same thing. I thought Cousin Tony was tripping. You know what I'm saying? That's the exact impression of him. I swear it is. I thought Cousin Tony was tripping. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, Cousin Tony tripping. And I was like, and we just all bust out laughing. He was saying until he started making 6 figures, he couldn't understand me. So when all the family was coagulating together like blood clots, and just sitting around and talking, he's like, nah, Cousin Tony tripping. Now he can't handle them familiar conversations. He'll never want to come back down here because success has a language. When you say no to 90% of the things, what you're actually doing is being present in the thing that you desire. Hear me very well. If your goal is to do real estate and you are entertaining anything else but real estate, you are never going to do real estate. And every great teacher, every great book has told you this. Napoleon Hill tells you need to have a burning desire and a definite purpose. You're not allowed to have a burning desire about everything. That's our number one problem. You can't have a burning desire about 6. You can't have a burning desire about 2 things. If you will, Antonio, but I like to do tech and esoteric. Sounds like you got one company then, Antonio, and you're going to mix them joints together. Because if you try to do both at the same time, it ain't going to work. I guess God done gave you a whole new different company. People can't even explain. That's why Phil says, I'm telling you, you explain what just happened here. We don't know what just happened here because it is a coagulation of me with one definite purpose. So something weird happened and something new happened. You cannot be passionate about being a football player and a baseball player unless you're Deion Sanders or Bo Jackson. And this is 1980. If you're those two, you can do it. Bo Jackson hit a home run 3 days later, ran and punt back for a touchdown. That's a real thing. That happened. That actually happened.
He was a beast.
Yes. Yeah. That's Deion Sanders did that. That actually happened. You have to be present. And I'm attempting very, very toughly. So Antonio, what are you saying financially? I'm saying financially that you have to be present where your feet are. If you are excited, I promise you, every day, Anthony, get up and say, yeah, September 30th is coming. I'm gonna own me a $14 million apartment complex. And he done already planned out how he gonna ask for a credit card limit over here after it's done. He gonna plan out, he gonna all this shit. He gonna say, I'm gonna get this money, I'm gonna put this money in this stock. He doing all that. So when everything come in his life, that's not that, he goes, I can't do it. I can't do it. You mean? No, I'm not mean, I'm focused. Today, well, it already happened, but today I'm going to include you in many of things happening here. Like, where's Monica? Monica here? Monica, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I was thinking about Monica yesterday. I started to call Monica yesterday when I said, she said she's gonna be down here, something like that, right? So I
I'm
can
here.
talk to that person. There you go. This was what happened. I'm gonna put because I owe Monica, and the things that I'm doing don't really fit Monica because she's too big. She got too much money and too much credit. So, she's observing you peasants, and us peasants. That's she's regal.
No. I need more money.
Yeah. But I've got it. She's I need more money. Everybody who got money says I need more money. I need more money. No doubt, because inflation is eating at your money daily. No, not daily, hourly. Inflation is eating at your money hourly. John Oliver just did a special on inflation. I haven't watched it yet, but I can't wait. Sorry, Phil. I'm looking forward. Two smacks. I'm looking forward to watching it right after this call. Looking forward to watching it right after this call. I saw the call Monica yesterday because my goal is for us to go get $15, $18 million apartment complex. Well, me and Monica got the credit.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I was thinking to myself, this is what I'm going to do with Monica. I'm going to explain just a few things because she knows the whole left side of everything, right?
Mhm.
I'm at explain this, and this, and then show her what I want to do with her because I want Monica pulling in $20,000 a month just for being a credit partner because that's exactly what I plan on doing. You understand? And I made Monica a promise 2 years ago, and I plan to keep it. I plan to keep it, and that's what I'm doing with Monica. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm doing with Monica. You have to be present. Do you really want to pass September 30th and not own an apartment complex?
Mhm.
I mean, does it matter?
No, I don't
No,
want
no, 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 no.
I forgot I was some older folk in here, but I got one more shot. I got one more shot.
You know, that's what the hypothetical.
I'm not older, but I still think like I got one more shot.
Not one more shot, man. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. You know what I'm saying? But here's the deal. We can do this all the time. There's nothing stopping us. There's nothing stopping us. It's nothing stopping us. We can do what we want. Once you're a community, you can do what you want.
We doing this? Would you
That's-
please stop it? We doing
Yes, sir.
this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely. Any of you who ain't caught up, don't worry about it. You'll catch up on the
You
next
said put like $1,000 from April. That's like $1,000 a month. Put it
Yeah.
to the side.
one.
Now don't you start no foolishness.
You're right. Which kind of proves my point. Actually, exactly proves my point that if you haven't put money to the side,
Mhm.
you haven't been present. You've been
Mhm.
present in your bills. You've
Mhm.
been present in your obligations, but you haven't been present where your feet are when it comes to you. That's actually my point. Hallelujah. Imagine if you got $10,000 credit card debt and you you use 5,000 that you've been saving up.
Mhm.
You can genuinely,
No. Pay the minimum, and then you can pay that bad boy off after you make
That's-
that.
that's
Come
what I
on
was going
now.
to say. That's what I was going to say. That's exactly what I was going to say. Your real estate deal can pay off your credit card. You know how stress-free you'll be when you know 30-something people are paying your debt.
All right, so when we gonna get it rolling?
It's everything. It's all happening now. It's all happening now. So I'll start pulling many of you all to the side with your email and stuff like that. Worry not. It's all her. It happened. the email, you don't send it yet, but it's all right her. Okay, it's all right her. I got you.
What
I
is
got
the
you.
percent of occupancy?
We
What is the return on investment on each door? Come on, look,
Exactly.
don't
You
start
getting
no
all that.
foolishness.
Exactly. Now here's the deal. This is one of those things where nobody's charging you a darn thing.
Mhm.
This is an investment. There's no charges with investments. We're talking about making money together. Now you don't have to, because some of y'all get on my nerves, so you don't have to. I prefer well, I love you, you just get on my nerves. I prefer for you not to, if you're one of those people. But let's talk about Ken for a second, which I know he hates when I bring him up, but I'm still going to do it. I know Arshia, I was with Arshia yesterday. I know she is working on something to do with Kim. They should get kickbacks from that soon. And that's always a good thing, right? That's always a good thing. Always a good thing. How many of you talk to Phil and see what Phil got going? I mean, talk to Susan, see what Susan got going on. Who's talked to Tyrell? Tyrell just sold a like $400,000 house. I don't know what he made off of it. It ain't none of my business. It ain't your business either. But either way, yeah, somebody could have took them pictures. So something. I don't know. You could have got 1% of that, or 0.5%. Bird dog. It's right here. It's right here. Melissa ML on your screen has got 50 million things going on, one at a time. So it's easy to do it that way. I don't know what Otis got going on, but he looked like he got money, and he act like he got money. So I'm just gonna assume Otis got money. You understand? Because he keep smelling like money. And they say if it look like a duck, it quack like a duck. Well, it's a duck, and that's Otis. Figure out what Adonia is attempting to do, even though she's running from me right now. I'm gonna look. I talked to Serena this weekend and this morning. Serena and Adonia, and they're the same damn person. They are the same person. They are the same attractive, classy person that puts everybody else first. The same person that deserves that run the $1 billion empire. It'd be like, I'll just take my percentage. No, you're gonna take overflow. I demand that you take overflow. They are the same person. I just text Serena this morning. And Adonia about to get the same message. The same message. I just texted Serena this morning. Yes, definitely. Miss Serena, very, 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 very good friends. And I owe her like I owe Adonia. And I'm not talking about, I'm talking about like I'm big on honor. I should have been a knight, samurai, Viking or something. I don't belong in this century. I have an honor debt to these two and Monica, these three people. And yes, y'all do need to talk. Yeah, they're both gonna say he get on my nerves, girl. Y'all both gonna say that for sure. For sure. Yeah, I got all I mean, Serena just anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Well, fantastic stuff. Make no mistakes about it. The real estate is a 7-figure deal. My goal is to do blank once we get everything moving, I want to do Monica. I want to do 1 7 to 8 figure real estate deal a month. We just got our head electrician. I'm gonna get with Monica to get all the inspection team together because you need the people gonna check the pipes, the people gonna check the foundation, all that stuff like that. So we getting all that together right now, all that together. Now don't expect to like buy the real estate on September 30th. It may happen, but it may be, here's your pickings. Pick one of these on September 30th. You understand what I'm saying? This is the numbers, it's what it is. Okay. But we want to look to close.
Just keep on scaling until the actual deal comes to manifest. Is that what you're just saying? I'm trying to stifle this.
It's
Look,
some
I'm all the way
cases,
up on my screen this morning, man. Come on now.
He's like, this here, go ahead. No, this is contracts are ready. I haven't said anything yet. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I remember being Antonio. I'm not talking to everybody. I'm just talking to Antonio.
I won't tell nobody.
Okay, Grace, I'm talking to her. You won't tell nobody. Some of you, when this hits you, you'll get while I'm doing what I'm doing. Some of you got all the potential, but for whatever reason, God, weather, climate control, Republicans, there's somebody to blame. That potential is not showing up in your life and it is killing you. And you have to look at everybody else, get what you pray for, and it kills you even more. And you've been in opportunities like this, not often, and you missed them every time. You was ground floor of that network marketing company. It worked out for your upline and the mentor and the SD and the ED. And everybody passed you up. And if I'm not careful, if I don't encourage you to walk even with what you have, you're going to be right back there again. And it's highly likely if you lose one more time, you're done. Do I have a witness?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well.
Okay. So I don't want to just run out there, but like, okay, I'll be Anthony Ken, let's roll. You know what I'm saying? And then right, Ryan Phillips shooter, let's roll, Monica, let's roll. Because then what's gonna happen is Antonio will be like, damn it, it's happening again.
Antonio.
Yes, sir.
Here we go again. Let me jump on my sword again. Ha, boy. Damn, Antonio.
Bro, you gonna be in trouble if you done messed up.
No. They say
I got a big knife over here.
Tell the truth, shame the devil. I'm sitting looking at my situation, and I know Antonio loves this. Because I'm coming to where I had been before, I recognize certain similar things. And in the past, whenever those things arise, sabotage comes with it. So I'm sitting there, I'm looking for the saboteur. I'm looking for whoever's going to hinder me from moving forward. And I'm looking around, and I can't find the damn saboteur.
Well, look at that.
You know why? Because there is no saboteur. The only saboteur present is Jerome.
Yep.
What the hell? How I end up being a saboteur? Because you have been conditioned, you've been programmed to believe that every time that you come to this point, you're going to fail. Well, guess what? I ain't failing, damn it. Okay?
That's right.
And the bottom line is, and there's only one thing I need to do right now. There's only one thing I need to do. Move forward. Hello? Move the hell damn forward, Jerome. So thank you, Mr. Smith.
No, you're welcome.
That's what we're going to do, Jerome. We're going to do it in September. We're going to turn right back around and do it again in December. And then in May, we're going to do it again.
That's right.
That's how we're going
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Like, here's the deal. I just told. Oh, go ahead, Phil, please.
Jerome, you used the word damn twice. You should say blessed.
You know better now. You know Phil ain't gonna let you.
I apologize, Phil. I was upset.
There you go. All right.
I was upset. I'm sorry.
Right. Okay. All right. I feel as a first-rate person, and I'm not going to do this. No, and thank God for Phil, because words are spells. Words are spells, and we got to be careful. We have to be very careful. This is it. If you want to shield yourself from what's happening, Yolanda, it's real estate. Here's it. It's not that I'm like, I don't know if y'all realize this. I don't make money from teaching. I'm not sure if y'all, I don't know if y'all actually realize that. I just love teaching. But my income doesn't come from teaching. So I haven't become one of those professors, Adonia, when you was going to school, that talking about marketing, but don't know nothing about marketing.
Right.
Because I'm talking about marketing in the classroom.
Yeah.
No, I don't have a, the Rich Dad series that's the bulk of my income. No, I'm out here in these streets, getting punched in the face, making sure that I get paid for getting punched. Let's just keep that very clear so we can all have a clear understanding. Since I got to get punched in the face, I might as well get paid to do it. That's it. Like, I get punched in the face, I might as well get paid to do it. 7 figure deals. Make no mistake about it. I know you need $2,000 right now for your transmission. So you're going to have a good transmission and a bad financial situation then by September 30th, is what you're telling me. See? So no. Make sure you take good notes, because I'm not.
I have many bikes in my garage.
Just get on that bicycle. I can't carpool. It's costing me too much money. Yeah. So is not investing in real estate costing you too much money. So is not investing in stocks costing you too much money. It just is what it is. You don't have to like this. And I'll explain to y'all what I told Sugar and Nathan this weekend, which I didn't think it was a big deal, but apparently it was life-changing for Nathan and Sugar, at least, because they both text messaged me the same thing concerning what I told them. I made something make sense. Now I'll explain to you. In the meantime, let's get some actual numbers out here. 20 of you need to get your $5,000 together. It's an investment. Yes. If you don't, worry not. As God will have it, there'll be another investment around the corner. It may not be one for you, but it'll be another one. Like, ever since they found out about ships, Phil, them ships still coming into the port. You can work 40 hours a week, 90 hours a week if you want to. If you miss, that ship's still gonna come in there. Like, these ships don't stop coming to the port. These deals don't stop coming to the pockets. It just is what it is. Stop letting people tell y'all this is your once in a lifetime thing. I believe that, and I just don't believe there are mistakes. Therefore, I don't create FOMO that way. I don't create FOMO through fear of missing out. I'll just tell you, first 6 people, and then mean that. That's how I create FOMO. This is for 6 people only. I'm not taking another one. That's it. And that ain't got nothing to do with fear. I don't like the fear monger. I'm just telling you, this is what it is. It has to be 20 if you make less than $250,000 or have a net worth less than $250,000. It has to be 20. Everything is by the law. One day I'll go get that fixed, but there's no reason for me to do it right now. There's no reason for me to do it right now. No reason. When I get like Grant Cardone, then I'll do it then. Or Damon John, I'll do it then. But there's no reason for me to do it right now. No reason. Credit investors, well, that's different. I can have unlimited of those. But this has nothing to do with raising capital for me. That's not what I'm trying to do. I don't have a raising capital problem. What I'm attempting to do is buy the NBA franchise. Not sure if y'all know that. And I want to take a community with me that I trust. Did y'all hear that? Okay. That's all I'm gonna say about that. You're gonna have to, whenever I slip something out there, don't explain it. You should probably do further investigations behind it. Do further investigation. You know.
Excuse me, sir. Can I ask one
Yes, sir.
question?
Sure can.
Like, can we go through, when you do this deal, can we go through the step-by-step, thing with you? Because, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm trying to learn how you do the big apartment deal. So I'm gonna tell you point blank. As soon as I learn how to do it, it's on, I'm gonna do it again. I know how to do houses, but I need to learn this big apartment thing. So because I'm gonna go off and do it again.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Tippett told me that same thing yesterday, so I'm supposed to receive this now. That's twice it came at me. Twice in 24 hours, 12 hours between Tippett and Anthony. That's twice.
Well, that's
So,
your
yeah.
third time because I've been wanting to learn that as well.
Father, son, Holy
Yes,
Spirit
Terrell.
just showed up.
Yes,
Okay,
Terrell.
yes.
Let
Yes, I will.
us be students of that game. Like the house thing ain't no big deal. But this game here, this big. I want to learn how to do this.
Got you. No, she actually created it last. If you look at Sharing Our Wealth and the membership thing, you're gonna see real estate up there. If you look at it, it got there yesterday. It got there yesterday.
Now,
All right.
now you
Say
said
less.
you want to buy. Now you said you want to buy a franchise, right? So my question is, I've been kind of keeping up with Dwayne Johnson, and
What?
he purchased XFL. So what about buying one of the teams, since that's going to be the next upcoming football franchise?
No, fair enough. I would. That's a great idea. It won't be a great idea for me because my blackness won't let me get too much into football until they give Kaepernick's respect. So until then, I don't care what y'all think. You can leave my whole platform. You will not bother me whatsoever. What we will not do is get mad at a peaceful protest, then be guilty 5 years later, admit you're guilty, and then give out a lump sum, and then continue to be guilty. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. So you can go to somebody else's platform, and I don't give a damn, because I'm telling you, I understand what it's like to want to peacefully protest due to the detrimental, toxic behavior towards my people. And then you're not going to tell me protest differently. And then when I do that, you say, no, not that way. You're not going to do that. So I can't do anything with XFL or NFL because the way my morals are set up, I ain't doing it. However, I can take that same energy and do it for the NBA G League. You understand? But you just so y'all know, just because I can do something, don't mean I will. If you don't align with, like, I would never do it. You'll never on the planet see ATS event, Bank of America sponsor. No, the hell you won't. You know how Bank of America is responsible for literally all your middle class problems, not just them. Like, I know what some of these companies do. I know who was responsible, no different than Phil knows who was responsible for the Great Recession of 2008. I know who got bailed out and showed up to a private jet in the bailout meeting. I'm fully aware of it. And there's no way I'm going to do business with you. It ain't happening. They showed up to Congress for the bailout meeting in a private jet. That is Out of line. Out of line. Man, $3 million breakfasts. We're not going to do that while you're getting the bailout. We're not going to do that. No, you just got to, you got to know where you stand. You know what I'm saying? And if you're going to be someone that, if you're going to be a company that's a nonprofit company making trillions of dollars for 175 years, and then finally be a profit company, and then doing your half your fan base terrible when 75% of your workers are Black in itself. I can't follow that. I have morals. I have integrity. I live by honor. I can't. They're no different than I can invest in a company I know knowingly does child labor. I just can't do it. It's just never going to happen. It's not going to happen. Just why I like Mitt Romney. He just said something crazy the other day that I was like, you know, you might got a point though. You know what I'm saying? Because I saw what Mitt Romney did. That was an honorable thing he did. I don't care if it was political or not. I saw what he did. He was the only one to do it. Was he the only one, Phil? I think he was the only one that was like, I am not voting for this guy. It's just not happening. I think he was the only one. At least only one of that prominency. Anyway, doesn't matter. I like honor. Honor is a big deal for me. Water companies, all sorts of stuff you need to be owning. But you want to, you need to immediately,
Antonio,
start being present. Yes, sir.
just to make a point, John Kasich, the governor of Ohio, didn't even go to the convention in Cleveland when they nominated Trump to be the candidate. So he's another one you can put on that list.
Good. See, it didn't even know that.
Republican that didn't even go to the convention in Ohio, which he was the governor of his party, because he said Trump was not good.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
you can add at least John Kasich to the list.
I sure will. Sure will. Now that's career suicide. You know what I mean? Like honor is everything for me. Honor is everything for me. It's everything. I don't have anything else but honor. I can't see a different world without it. You can disagree all you want to, but just make sure your disagreement is honorable in itself, and I'll respect you. I respect you. You don't bother me whatsoever. 6-figure deals, $200, 500 times is 6 figures. Go to Kia and figure out how to give him $200, 500 times for 6 figures. Go to Anthony and try to figure out how to give him $200, 500 times for 6 figures. There's an infinite possibility of ways to do that. Maybe you have enough startup seed to give, I don't know, I'm just making it up, $30,000. And then with that $30,000, y'all come up with a plan to have that $30,000 become 200 times, 500 times. And then over time, your maturity matures into whatever the return on investment of a 6-figure investment would be, according to whatever deal that y'all do. I don't know what Tracy doing. I just know if she go back to school teaching, she gonna go back to school teaching. This is what I know. I told Tracy this here when she first talked to me, and I right after that I sent her to Phil and Susan. I told her, Tracy, I hear you. I got a video on YouTube, and it's called The Trick of Poverty, The Greatest Trick of Poverty. And in simplicity, the greatest trick of poverty is it will show up as security right before your breakthrough. So you'll be like, no, I think I'm going to start the Humor Consultants. And right before it works, well, you know what, Susan, if you just come here and work for us, Hewlett Packard, right? Hewlett Packard, we would give you a $37,000 a year job, but in the 80s, that's like 87, 57, $67,000 a year job, right? It'll show up like that before you get your breakthrough. Go ahead, Phil.
We actually had that happen. The Community Bankers Association of Ohio wanted to hire Susan full time. And I said, no, just pay us as a consultant and she'll do what she's going to work for us. And then we went all around the state when they came up with a new computer system that we used an Apple II Plus that we upgraded to 64K. Ooh. And went around to independent banks and sold them their first PCs back in 80. That was in 81, in 1981. It was called Merlin Information System. It was a $25,000 package that we sold to the community banks to have them do work on their first laptop. And they wanted to hire Susan to do it. And I said, no, you can have her, but you have her as a subcontract from us.
There you go. See it?
Well, and then also from there, then I was the troubleshooter for all over the country for all the bankers. So I had bank presidents calling me to help them with the software and to work with the program. So that was kind of cool. So I'd be sitting over at the pool, get a call, and I say, wait a minute, guys, I'll be back. I got to walk back over and take care of this client, and I'll be back.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a good job.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
And also, before that, when I worked, for the company on Cape Cod that, is they're now doing the whole testing and all that they created the COVID test and all those sort of things. So, I mean, they're huge. And so he flew into Ohio and wanted me to come back and work for him, whatever way I would. So, that shows, when you work for someone and you do good work, they don't really want to ever let you go.
Fair enough.
So that's what happened with that. But yeah, we've had some fun times.
I bet. No, I bet. Let me switch real quick. No, that's going to happen. I got you, Prophet. That's going to happen every time. Now. Every time you're on the verge of your breakthrough, what is going to happen is, Jerome, if you just come over here real quick. It's when I joke and say, God is petty or the road to success is petty. This is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about, because it's testing your burning desire. And you always get this option right before it's about to work. You get this option for security. And there is no success in security. The only real security is to have so much abundance, you don't think about abundance. There is no other security. Choice is genuinely an illusion. Put that in the chat for me so I can come back to it. Choice is an illusion. Y'all not gonna like it. That's gonna piss you off when I say it. You're not gonna like it, but choice is genuinely an illusion. It really is. It really is. Let me just switch before I get to Prophet Jay. I'm gonna put this out. There's these. Since I'm connected, anyway. Let me just put it there. I'm gonna have Gianna. You're gonna just say keep emailing me. You can go ahead and apply here. I have no idea if it costs y'all. I don't know what's up. I just know. Actually, this might just be a black thing, so I'm not even sure. I think this is. I have no idea. It might be, or maybe no. White people can do it anyway. I have no idea though. I have no idea. But I'm familiar. Well, anyway, it doesn't matter. I don't want to give you a thing. But here's a link that's looking for speakers, and Success Fest is a big deal. Deanna, you okay? You got it. All right. So I've already sent it to you, but they keep emailing me, and they just emailed while I was talking. So I figured I would go ahead and share it with y'all. There you go. So if you're looking to practice your speech in front of Phil and Susan a few times before you do it, it's a major engagement. It's a major engagement. Go ahead, Prophet Jared.
Greetings, Bishop. How you doing?
I'm swell, sir. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. Source had you punch me straight in the gut this morning. I'm laying in the bed, trying to get dressed, trying to get on the call. Okay. And I don't mean to shift, but I need to shift so I can get out of this.
Okay, fair enough.
You were talking about procrastination. I have 3 questions.
Good.
One is that can help me. 2 is how can I get out of this? And 3 is I see source, I see things going on, there's blessings going on, there's things going on, but is this procrastination really stopping me from getting to
Yes.
the
Yes.
best?
Yes. Yes. Don't even ask the third one. Don't even ask the third one. Let me back up though. Number 1 was help me. Rephrase that so I can understand the actual question there.
Basically, procrastination. Let me give you a couple of.
Okay.
Started school.
Okay.
Then got distracted.
Okay, gotcha.
Now I'm paying $50-some, and I can't get back. I could get back on it, but I'm distracted, and it's like I'm more because it's online, and I'm more of a one-on-one, like me and you.
Yep.
That I can get taught better, I guess.
Fair enough.
And another one of procrastination is basically sabotaging too. I had all these things in my head. I should have written them down.
I know you don't worry about it. Don't worry because God put all these things in my head just for you. Don't even worry about it. You good to go. I'm gonna end the call with this, and I'm gonna start ending the call now. No, this is the only thing I'm going to talk about now. I just want to say a few things. I'm going to get Phil to tell us what's happening tonight, but I want to first tell y'all how Anthony just blessed y'all. Anthony said, "Can we have this as a guidebook to securing multi-million-dollar apartment deals step by step?" And the answer is yes. I'm going to make sure that y'all have that. And according to Antonio, yes, and you know how Antonio works. That means when you get it, when you get the handouts and all that stuff that I will give to you and the brochure and all that and the step-by-step guide. Anthony, who God is that? After you get the guide from me, who God is it?
That's my guy.
Okay, then there you go.
You give it to me, it's mine.
It is yours to reteach, to resell, do anything, right? That's the point. That's yeah. You said it. That's my guy. So what you talking about? You asking silly
I
questions.
watch Grant Cardone. He be coming on my fishing shows on my laptop. Antonio, he comes on before the bass fishing and the crappie fishing shows. He be on there talking about apartment building. I'm like, wait, how he do that?
For real. Yeah, it took me. I had to follow him for a long time to learn a lot of stuff that he's doing for sure. So get ready for that. Phil, please.
But if you teach me, Antonio, I'll make you proud. I'm telling you right now.
I got you.
I ain't playing. All you gotta do is show me how to do it one time.
Yes, sir. And I will, and I will do that post haste. Go ahead, Phil.
Well, at 6:30, we're doing the E-Myth Revisited. And tonight we're going to identify, in every business, there's 3 personas. There's the entrepreneur, there's the manager, and there's a technician. And you got to be all 3. So we're going to talk about that tonight and ask everybody to say, which of those 3 are you and which one do you need to increase to have a full business? And then, of course, at 8 o'clock, we're having Bring Your Wins and Bring Your Challenges. And that's where we as a group just celebrate your wins. And then if you have a challenge, we give you some answers to your challenge as a group. So that's what we got for tonight. And always looking forward to it because we usually have just great time.
Yeah, we've been doing pretty good about that too, considering the way I've been hearing y'all. Y'all been very vocal about your wins and challenges here in the last 2 weeks. You sucked the other weeks, but you're doing pretty good. You're doing pretty good. You do. Y'all the class is much more exciting when you actually bring you to the class. Go ahead.
It's a process, not an event.
There you go. It's a process, not an event. And he's absolutely right. I mean, you can't disagree with such wisdom. Yes, ma'am.
Before we leave for the day, I'm looking. I got a message from Terrell. His name is Yasim on the podcast that he's telling me to invite you all to. So if you all could go to YouTube, and it's called In the Trenches. He's saying that you can go to YouTube, or I guess just to the website. And that is www.inthetrenchespodcast.com. If there is a way that family can be connected and united. The next episode is episode 5, and it's coming out on the 28th. If you go now, I'm sure the other episodes are already there. But that was the message that he just sent. So if you guys are all in here and you're listening, it's www.inthetrenches, and it's INTHA trenches episode. In the trenches podcast.com. You probably can type it better than me and put it in the chat.
I saw the, you found the, I found a couple of different ones. Yeah. So good thing. Good. I got it right here. I got the YouTube right here.
Yes, but brother Yatem is he's a goodie.
Good stuff. We're going to be looking forward to that then. And we would definitely get hooked up Tyrell's driving. You don't do nothing, Tyrell. You don't do anything. We will honor you, Adrian, and follow, and then also see if we can get some sort of hooking up with the hookup there as well. That would be fun. That would be most fun. Good.
I'll try to send it to Grace.
Okay. But Deanna already put it up, so that works too.
Oh, cool. That's even better. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah. You know, we millennials. She already got in the chat.
I wanted to be obedient. That's what I said. I'm thinking he's like people putting the onus on me, but you know it says to be present. So I'm trying to be in the space.
Yeah. You did right for sure. Here's going to be your email, everybody. Here, Deanna, post this for me real quick in the chat. Deanna's posting the email that you're going to use for the real estate. For right now, you're going to get information there. But if you got any questions, ideas, or like, hey, Antonio, if you can give me a guidebook or something like that, by all means, put it there. She's putting it out in the chat for me. It's realestate@AntonioTSmithJr.com. That'd be a great way for you to keep up with all that stuff. What I'm saying is very clearly is that we're teaching, but now there's a dual thing going on. Plus the real estate deals are happening too. Right now, use that email to communicate until further instructions. Use that email to communicate until further instructions. That's what you're doing right now. And let me save this for myself. And then
before you end, you said choice is usually an illusion. Can you touch on that? Expound on that?
I need to touch on both of them. That's the only thing I'm gonna do is choice and illusion and the procrastination. And I gotta start with choice and illusion first, because that's it'll help Prophet Jerry understand even more. Thank you so much for that, Adrian, because I would have forgot. I think that's Phil just unmuted.
There's a great book called Illusions, The Adventures of a Reluctant Messiah by Richard Bach, the guy who wrote Jonathan Livingston Seagull. It's a very special book, Illusions, The Adventures of a Reluctant Messiah.
Yeah, I remember you told me about that book. I need to get that. I'm gonna remember it today. I need to get that. I'm gonna remember today. I have to frame your thinking if you're going to receive this stuff, because everything that just got the choices illusion and the procrastination has 3 parts to it. I had to frame your thinking. Let's start with this framing. In order to understand what I am going to say next, there are 2 enemies. This isn't true. This is framing your thinking. It is part of a truth. Enemy number 1, them, the system, something. You're going to have to do that. I know God is in control. Can't nobody stop me. But that's not going to help you with this conversation. For illustrative purposes, for conversational purposes, I need you to admit to yourself, or not admit, acknowledge somebody is playing puppet master with the whole world. It'll be much easier if you do that. The second enemy is you are so much of a puppet, you don't know you're a puppet. So the second enemy is you. You're so much of a puppet.
I am so much of a puppet, and I'm so
You really
sick
are.
of it.
Good then, good, right? You're so much of a puppet that you don't know it is you. So I'm gonna go do this here. Choice is an illusion, procrastination, and I'm gonna end with the secret to life, the solution, what I told Sugar and Nathan and Grace and Deanna Saturday. Now here's your framework, borrowing from Deanna, which, by the way, framework is get ready for that. Choice is illusion. Number 2, dealing with this procrastination, the enemy within, basically is what that is. And then the solution, the secret to life. This is going to be so good that if you take really good notes, you can probably write a book out of this. And congratulations, it's your book, because I have no intentions on writing this. It's your book. Even if I did, it's still your book. Number 1, choice is an illusion. It's number 1, it's the most important because you've never made a choice. Choice, there's a line in the Matrix that says, they try to find the truth. And I should play it. I don't want to get hit with a copyright. Choice is an illusion. And actually, you know what? It's worth the copyright. It's actually worth the copyright. Give me a second. We can all look together. It's worth getting hit with the copyright. It is, because I want y'all to have the answer. I don't need to monetize this video more than I need you to have the answer. Choice is an illusion. Matrix Resurrection. There we go. Right. I need this whole thing right here. You know what? They're just going to take it down. They're going to take this. Sorry, YouTube. You'll be okay. Anybody watching on YouTube, you may have to come get the Zoom video, because they're certainly about to hit this hard. Choice is an illusion. And what I'm going to do, okay, wow. I'm going to rip it real quick, and I want to play it a tad bit differently. Now, here's what I mean by choice is an illusion. But in order for you to understand this video, I need you to understand that, this is me framing your thinking again. You have never made a choice in your life. And you didn't come here to make a choice. And the Matrix Resurrections or the Matrix, the second Matrix Reloaded, it's not Resurrection, it's Reloaded. They got this wrong. Reload, okay, yeah. The Matrix Reloaded attempts to explain this. This is why the second one wasn't that popular, because it was so esoteric that people like to just sit there and be entertained and not educated. That if you do not immediately get in line and recognize that you've never made a choice, neither did you come here to make a choice, then people like me are going to continue to run the world. It just is what it is. That's your thinking. Let's go to this 4 minutes. No, go ahead, please. You got your question.
So when people say such and such happened, I had no choice. And people say it's always a choice. Okay.
It's not always a choice. That's a lie. Okay. It's a lie. But well, let's break it down first and you'll see. We'll break it down and then you'll see. You can be mad at me after. I'm about to bring up your Bible too.
Our time is up. Listen to me, Neo. You can save Zion if you reach the source, but to do that, you will need the Keymaker.
The Keymaker?
Yes, he disappeared some time ago. We did not know what happened to him until now. He's being held prisoner by a very dangerous program. one of the oldest of us. He is called the Merovingian, and he will not let him go willingly.
You will find I lack the virtues of both tolerance and patience. Au travail.
What does he want?
What do all men with power want? More power. Be there at that exact time, and you will have a chance. Seems like every time we meet, I got nothing but bad news. I'm sorry about that, I surely am. But for what it's worth, you've made a believer.
I don't know why the
out of
screen
me.
froze. All right, well, just listen then.
You are here because you were sent here. You were told to come here and then you obeyed. It is, of course, the way of all things. You see, there is only one constant, one universal. It is the only real truth. Causality. Action, reaction. Cause and effect.
Everything begins with choice.
No, wrong. Choice is an illusion created between those with power and those without. Look there. That's
All right, I'm gonna rewind it. No, it's not froze. But they did a mashup. I can tell that they just listen. The voiceover is most important, but just listen to what he says.
Action, reaction. It is, of course, the way of all things. You see, there is only one constant.
Hold on. I gotta run it even
Made
more.
a believer out
Once you hear the man start talking, Merovingian, listen to everything he's saying.
of me. Good luck, kiddo.
You are here because you were sent here. You were told to come here and then you obeyed. It is, of course, the way of all things. You see, there is only one constant, one universal. It is the only real truth. Causality. Action, reaction. Cause and effect.
Everything begins with choice.
No, wrong. Choice is an illusion created between those with power and those without.
Okay, I'm gonna remind this one more time. This time, I'm a Sunday school this thing because I need you to write this down. I really need you to write this down.
You are here because
You are here because you were told to come here. He's talking with a thick French accent.
you were sent here. You were told to come here.
So you
and
came.
then you obeyed. It is, of course, a way of all things.
It is of course a way of all things, a way of old sayings. What is it? What is the old saying?
You see, there is only one constant.
There's only one constant, is what he's saying. There's only one constant in the whole universe. What's that constant?
One universal. It is the only real truth.
One universal thing, and it's the only real choice. And he's going to say
Causality.
causality.
Action.
Causality. Causality. Cause and effect.
Reaction.
Action, reaction. Causality. Cause and effect. Action, reaction.
Cause and effect.
Everything begins with choice.
Morpheus says everything begins with a choice. He says no.
No, wrong.
Wrong.
Choice is an illusion created between those with power and those without.
Choice is an illusion created with those with power, those without. Now, keep in mind, I didn't bring up this conversation. Y'all did. Now, y'all got to deal with the answer. All right? I made Tracy cut her whole camera on. Wait a minute. Nah, let me get some of this.
Can I say something?
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm at work, but yeah, there's nobody around right now. So one of the things I love about that is that it's so true. Two is that when he said that, it is groundbreaking for those who don't understand their purpose. Does that make sense?
It does.
One of the
It sure does.
things that amazed me was that he said It is put in place by those who have power. He's not included with all the power that he has, with all the power that he's working with and through. He does not include himself. What do all men with power want? More power. So to him, he too has learned some stuff. That's my movie, man. That's my main.
No doubt it should be. It's a documentary, all right? It's not a movie. It's a documentary. I mean, they were just walking around with cameras shooting in real life. No, it's not a documentary, but you get the humor in that, and maybe even a little hubris for sure. Humor and hubris. Let's break all this down. I don't need to recall it. I've got this down. Let me first tell you, I hate everything that was said. Listen, just so we're clear, I am not telling you something that I agree with. Like, I just need you to get this. How can I? How could I have pastored church for a church? How could I be Assembly of Wonders? How could I possibly be for the middle class to get out of it? Everything I do is the opposite of this. Everything I do is I made a choice. I control my own stars. I don't like fate. Screw that. I do what I want to do. That is the heart of Antonio. And it made me feel so good just to say. It felt so good just to say. I'm not telling you I agree with this. I am telling you it is truth. See, just because something is truth don't mean I need to agree with it. Just because I am right don't mean I'm the only right. Because what cause and effect? Well, let me finish setting this up. I have a major problem with fate. It's one of the good things about talking with Sheena all the time, because she's like super fate. Like she's very little on choices. Unless you make a choice she didn't like, she'd be like, that's a choice. All right, you know what I'm saying? She's big on fate. It gets on my nerves, but it's rubbed off on me in recent years. And plus, in order to ascend, I had to just receive that this is true. This is one of those things when Antonio say both and. It is a both and thing here. You don't get to reject this. So without further segue, let's get straight to it. If I say law of attraction, Christians say, get that out of here. But if I say reap what you sow, Christians be like, that's the word of God. But the law of attraction and reap what you sow are the same things. If I say, Phil, if I had to rename the law of attraction, what would you call it? Phil, what I think it would say law of cause and effect, which is the granddaddy of all laws, which is simply law of attraction. So if I said, Antonio, could you define law of attraction? Yeah, sure. There is something out there that is vibrating, and there's something in you that is vibrating. And when you match that vibrational equivalent, then you will get the flow of that. It is that simple. So you go, well, that makes sense. And I go, yeah, it makes sense because I said it. No. I go, yeah, it makes sense because it's a law. It's the law of vibration, that everything is vibrating. Therefore, everything is attracting its vibrational equivalent. That is also saying cause and effect. Here it is, 4 times now. I have disagreed with my very nature. I make my own stars. 4 different times now, I have said that while I am so Neo in the Matrix, whatever, Heath Ledger and no, it's a Knight's Tale. I don't know if you've seen it. It's a great movie though, right? You know, I'm the peasant that became a knight.
It's an awesome movie.
It is. The peasant that became a knight. I still must respect Phil, Jerome. Jesus had no choice but to go to the cross. Something was in the stars. whether I like that or not. I also have to respect that while my natal chart shows the beautiful array of the lights upon my birth, whether I was born or not, that system was going to look like that for somebody else. So it's that both and thing. I'm not telling you to agree with what I said. I'm telling you, choice is an illusion. Let's take your Bible. Jerome says, for wait a minute now, because I've chosen Jesus Christ. But Jerome, what were your options? Choose Jesus, choose Satan. But hold on. Why not choose popcorn? Why not choose Mary? Why not choose water? Because those weren't the choices presented to you by the one in power. See? You get it? The one in power said, look, now I put this world together. Now you're going to choose Jesus or Satan, good or bad. Why not choose kinda? No, you can't do that because I don't like kinda. I'll spew you out. Like even in your faith, this is very difficult. I'm not telling y'all to like me at this conversation. I fully expect you to hate everything I'm saying.
It's in the Bible, Antonio. What you just said is in the Bible. Come on, dog.
I am not outside the Bible.
It's in the
I'm
book.
telling you, it's in the book. I'm telling you, when Job was like, I need a third option. God was like, where were you? When I built the sun. Where was you? That's in there. That's in there. That's absolutely in there. Choice is an illusion. Even your spirituality. You didn't choose spirituality. Yeah. It was already here. It was a choice that was already put in place for you. You didn't, no, you certainly didn't choose to be Baptist, your parents. You didn't choose to be black. You didn't, like, you know what I'm saying? You didn't choose to be white. You didn't choose. And I'm not telling you.
And I didn't choose to have none of my abilities that I have all up in people's business.
No doubt. Now, can me and Phil say, well, technically you did choose because you incarnate. And yes, that's why I'm saying both and. Like this is, you get it? There's this, I'm not telling you it's only one. I'm telling you there's a big both and here. And I don't get to lean to free will without also leaning to fate. And it bothers the crap out of me, but I got to do it. Go ahead, Phil.
Well, many of you may remember, I remember the first time I was told to sit down and shut up. And of course, since that time, there's been innumerable. But I distinctly remember, and for those of you who don't remember, my adopted father died when I was 6, 2 days after Christmas. So you have Christmas, then you have my dad dying, then you have the funeral, then you have New Year's, and it was the first day back to Catholic school. I'm 6 years old. I raise my hand, I stand up, I say, God knows everything is going to happen. And the nun said, yes, he does. I said, then how do we have free will? And the nun said, sit down and be quiet. And I thought, I'm 6 and you can't answer this one. This is kind of like the question. You should be able to answer this. And of course, our relationship then went downhill. But in Conversation with God, Book 3, he answers it, but he uses technology as the metaphor. So I couldn't have used it back on that lady, on that nun. When you play a video game, how does the character on the screen know how to move? Well, the answer is programming. All the potential moves for every character or every video game is programmed into the game. But you move the joystick. When God gave you your life, all of your potential moves are programmed into your life. But you move the joystick. And since God created the game, God's always going to win. So do you want to play on the team of love and forgiveness and compassion and take care of the poor and the sick and the people in prison? Or do you want to play on the team of pride and envy and deceit and jealousy and selfishness and lack? That's where you get to choose.
That's where you get to choose. Absolutely. So you don't get to
Because
choose.
in the end, every knee and every tongue
shall bow. But why? Because somebody chose it for you. You understand what I'm saying? Phil, do me a favor. Sugar is asking for the name of the book about the afflicted Messiah. I forget. Can you repeat that?
Yeah, it's Illusions. And then the subtitle is The Adventures of a Reluctant Messiah.
There you go.
It's the first book I gave Jerry Potter.
Okay, wow.
Phil, I love that illustration. Thank you, sir.
It was right spot on. It's spot on.
I'm here to help.
This is one of the things that I've had to struggle with in my entire incarnation. I don't struggle with it no more. I'm actually quite at ease with all of this, but it has been a thing. Remember that while that video was a great argument, that don't mean I liked it. Like I need y'all to get, if I can get you to be more open to things that just go against what you think, then you can then stand firmly on what you actually think. Because even what you think wasn't your choice. It was given to you through nurture. Not nature, but nurture. The way you grew up. How things happen. That stuff was passed down to you. Some of you, like Prophet Jerry, some of you're sitting here having dietary problems. You're not hereditary cholesterol problems. No, the hell you don't. You eat the same stick of butter in the rice that your grandma did. And you got a dietary problem, is what you got. That's what it is. You're not big boned. You got a seriously dietary problem. It is throughout the Black community for sure, because of our culture, plus the scraps that we had to have, and we had to make these scraps taste good. And part of making scraps taste good is butter and sugar. Butter, sugar, and flour. Butter, sugar, and flour. But this don't taste good, baby. Fry it. Everything tastes good fried.
Can I also add this while
Yes,
you're
ma'am.
talking about that right there in that space? So many times you think about what has happened to people and what has happened in society and further out. There has been so many things that go down the line. I remember, and you might remember his name. I do not remember his name, but there was a scientist that came out and spoke about how lunches was being poisoned for schools, how different stores was getting the bad food for a purpose, and they was shooting up stuff and all this kind of stuff by all the ingredients that they were putting in it that should not have been there in the first place, wasn't even sustainable for humans to have, right? So the interesting point that he brought out was that you see that people are surviving this stuff that you put out that's supposed to kill them. But it does nothing but push you to try to figure out what else you can do to them to create some type of he used a big word and I don't know what it was, but what he was saying that would bring them down or would make whatever is happening more happen more. That just blew my mind, because one of the things that you realize, like you just said, things have been passed down and we've been given the scraps, and we had to take the scraps because we had to have something. So we made something out of nothing that was scraps, and it became a meal. And we continued from there. And it became the substance of life for us. So
And we gotta get out that mentality now, though, for sure.
Exactly. So I brought up all of that to say this. One of the things that I have learned, and I'm saying it now because you're bringing it up, and I might forget about it tonight. One of the things that I'm so blessed with the ATS team is that I am learning how to get out of that abusive mentality. It's like you can't let anybody know where you are. You can't let anybody know your information. You can't let anybody know your, stuff like that. You can't allow people. It's like having to have to be invisible sight. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that sure does. It sure does.
It
I was
comes
gonna say, you're
from
making a whole lot of sense right now.
that abuse. Yeah, and you have to be able to realize that you are where you're safe. You matter and you are heard. So I just wanted to say that about the
No, we
team
appreciate you.
because y'all amaze me and I'm so appreciative. And that in itself is knowing that I didn't have a choice. I asked God and he gave me what I needed, and that was the ATS. I don't care what nobody say. That's one of the reasons why I talk about it so much. And y'all can kick me out and don't talk to me ever again. But I tell you what, I already know that I know that I know that I know that God put me in y'all lap. And it's just amazing. It's just amazing to me because that's how people who have been abused live, on scraps, if that makes sense.
And
But
then
yeah, I'm
then we
learning
get a
how to drop
scrapper,
that.
but then we pick a man that's scrap and full of potential, and we try to fix him. Right? We can't do that either. Can't do that either. Go ahead, Phil.
Well, two things. Preservatives make the food so the germs won't eat it. Yes, we can put this food on this shelf for months and no germ will even touch it, but go ahead and put it into your body. And then the second thing is, the greater the sea of knowledge, the wider the shore of the unknown. The more you know you don't know. I know a lot less today at 71 than I did at 61, and I'm going to know a lot less at 81 than I do today at 71.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I completely agree there. And at the first example. There's in the Muslim circles, you're saying something similar. You only preserve things that are dead. Yeah. All those preservatives and preserved foods that we eat, they're literally dead. And we expect that to give lifetime nutrients. That's not gonna happen. Prophet Jerry, come here. 3 things for you. The procrastination. Number 1, he's talking about distraction. Probably just throw some salt on it.
Yes, sir.
Probably watch that Denzel Washington clip each time. Before a distracted mind like yours, you're probably never going to not be distracted. So I've got some advice for you. Because Antonio has a distracted mind, but I'm always not distracted. Because I've accounted for that. I recognize that mind of having that distraction is me operating on the shadow side of a talent. The shadow side is my brain. I mean, what that actually is he likes to collect information. On the Gallup Strengths Finder test, it's called input. Yes, I think it is input. We just inputter of information. Well, he's using that as, well, I know I'm supposed to do this. Let me just input this information. Let me input this information. Let me input social media. Let me do this. Oh, it's TV. Let me just watch this real quick. Watch it. So you just need to do that with books. That's why I read so much. Remember you was with me. I was telling my dad this weekend that I'm so negative and I'm so distracted, and I just read a lot. And people think I'm smart. No, I'm not smart. I'm killing my sabotager. Shut up, sabotager, right? Shut up, sabotager. We're doing this. This is what we're doing. Because the moment I stop is the exact moment I go, ooh, shiny. You know what I'm saying? The exact moment you want to try to get rid of that. So it is yes, you're shiny all the time. So you want to just know this about yourself, and then if Renee is structured and you're not, then have Renee tell Renee what you want to do and have her structure that thing and follow that structure, and vice versa. Whatever, because both of y'all both can't be shiny and be together. Because ain't not a damn bill getting paid. Not one. Not a one. Not a one. Okay, there's not a one. So just understand. Yes, ma'am. I think that was Susan.
Well, I think you're very smart. And you have the ability to read. Henry Winkler has written a series of books. He's dyslexic, like Phil. And in Houston, 27% of the kids can't read. And if you can't read by 3rd grade, the percentage is like 70% that you're not going to graduate high school.
Good points. Good
So
points.
Houston has a big problem, and it's really all over the country, but I'm just throwing that out there because I think
because it's
a light bulb might go off for you for something with the things you're working on. But kids are struggling to know how to read, and you are blessed to be able to read and write books, and you taught yourself even when you weren't in school.
Yeah, that's true, and that's
100%.
definitely
And yes,
no,
ma'am.
no, she's absolutely right. So you may need to do YouTube videos or meditations, like you. That's probably why you keep asking for them, because you understand this, right? And anything like that. Susan's absolutely right. So if I said read, that was obviously an example from myself, from my self point. Receive that, but spin it into your own handicaps and your own thing. Because it maybe work out, right? Maybe work out. You can meet people who read at the gym. You ain't got to read. Work out like Susan. You go meet people who read at the gym. The next president might be in the gym with you. You don't even know. You have no idea, especially if you go at 5 a.m. I can assure you the president is not going to the gym at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. The next president of the United States at gym at 4:30 in the morning. I promise you that. I promise you. Or 11 o'clock at night. Something like that. It's something when the gym is real small. So Susan has a great point. And
Well, it's
to Susan,
struggles that it's your stories and your struggles that you overcome that
absolutely
create the success. I just see opportunities there with the school systems you're working with and all that's going on.
And you're in alignment. You're in total alignment, because me and Arshia was talking about this, but not about this. You're doing better than what I did yesterday. But we were talking about, I actually left Arshia, told Deanna, hey, make sure I do this. And I've had Arshia send me a message about ATS Kids. And so she's actually spot on. She's in the right alignment and energy. And again, that's God saying, boy, I keep telling you, yes, okay, I got it. You're right. Yes, that's 3 now. That's Arshia, her daughter, and Susan. So I think God trying to get my attention. Right? I might want to pay attention.
Antonio,
yes, sir. Please.
41% of the CEOs of Fortune 500 companies exercise every day.
Boom. So either exercise makes you a Fortune 500 CEO, or something about exercise puts you in alignment with something that makes you a Fortune 500 CEO. Either way, you've got a 41% chance if you start exercising.
You're putting energy into all your cells first thing, and most of them are doing it at 4 or 5 in the morning.
Right.
6 at the
absolutely.
And because they're putting energy and brain power into their body so that they can conduct and do what they're going to do that day.
Right. So when it's time for you to learn something, your brain is ready, it's sharper, it's all sorts of stuff. Now, in my case, and I was telling my dad this weekend, in my case, I have not a disadvantage. I have an unfair advantage. I don't just read 30 books a month or something like that. It's somewhere around there, so maybe a little higher, but nobody believes me, so I just don't. I don't really push the subject. My unfair advantage is I retain 98% of what I read. That's unfair.
That is unfair.
That's unfair. Like I retain 98% of what I read. So that's that's a whole, that puts me in a whole different category of advantages that most people do not have. And that's to Susan's earlier point.
Spirit, one of the fruit of the spirits. It's one of your God-given. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Didn't even think about that way, but that made me feel warm and fuzzy inside. So I know. That's how you know it's the truth. That's how you know it's the truth. Prophet Jerry, don't look at the distraction as a poison, as a problem. Look at the distraction as you're simply on the left side of your talent. And you just need to move to the right side. Some of y'all, stop being so hard on yourselves. You have a gift at inputting information. So you just need to input the information that serves you. Cool?
Yes, sir. Gotcha.
Now, You ask how to get out. I just taught you how to get out. That's what I would do if I was you. And the third question, I told you, let me ask that question, because does procrastination stop? Yes, it stops you. It stops you. Right? If we had to rank sins, which we never should, but if we had to rank sins, procrastination should be number one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Procrastination should be the number one sin. Like if we had to say, well, you're like, well, no, it's homosexuality, or no, it ain't. Because let me tell you something. What if God procrastinated on blessing you?
Ooh, my savior.
See how y'all don't like that? You don't like that? Oh man, Susan, I was gonna wake you up with 100% of your brain power, but I forgot. I was gonna get around to it. So today, you got to have Down syndrome. My bad. No, that's fair.
Antonio,
That's fair.
going there at the opposite ends of, I'm on the highest scale of not procrastinating, and he's on the other scale of he's procrastinates. And I like, if something's due in 2 weeks, I've already started working on it. I've got things going, that's just the way I've always operated.
It makes total sense. It also means Phil is easier at being in flow than Susan or myself. Like I throw myself in there, right? You see him nodding his head. Me and Susan, like, forget flow. Here's the numbers I see, right?
Here's the thing that you and I have learned, though. We get the structure down, we get everything organized and set up, so then we can relax and be in the flow. That's how I do it. I've got it all laid out, so I'm not rushing around. I could see Phil going up our stairs, up and down the stairs, like of our house, like, 20 times for something. He's getting some, I'm like, well, at least he's getting some exercise there. But I do better getting it all organized and over here, and getting that stress part out of the way. So then I'm just, in the flow. And that's probably what you do.
No, same thing. Yeah, no, I've had to learn how to become a koala. I have learned how to become a koala. I'm so lion that I've had to learn how to become a koala for, set this up and then let flow get in there, and then because we're all members of one body. So we just do our little functions differently. Like people like Phil and Monica, they can eat what they want and always stay the same weight. Me and Susan got to work at this stuff. You understand what I'm saying? Because our brain makeups are just that way. Somebody has to be like that. Somebody has not to be like that. Monica can eat 6 corn dogs and 2 tortillas. It won't gain a pound.
Not really true. Hey, I've been the same weight, pretty much my whole life. It really doesn't matter a whole lot. I guess maybe because I move around a lot, but Phil actually does gain the weight. I don't.
Okay, so it's the exact opposite. Yeah, it's the exact opposite. Yeah, that makes sense. It's people who just got flow just don't have to worry about these things. Phil knows the money's going to show up. Monica knows the money's going to show up. You know what I'm saying? And it's a talent. It's actually, that's how I'm going to end. It's a talent that we all need to get from.
I have a question. What if the money doesn't show up and you still are in flow? Like, where's the problem? Like, how do you get out of that?
Yeah, you're not in flow. That's because if you, that's a really good question. That's a really good. I should ask you a question. I say you're coming real quick because Adrian pulled from my gut differently.
Miss Susan is really in alignment because I talked to my daughter yesterday about this, and I said, you know how hard it is to be a researcher when you don't have the foundation or the fundamentals of reading. I told my daughter I had to repeat reading in college over 5 times, and her thorn in her side, she had to repeat a grade. So I told her, I said, since I had to go through that over and over and over and over and over again, when she was in 3rd or 4th grade, you know how they give them the homework packets and stuff, and she was like, oh, they give them assignments and stuff. Okay, finish by the end of the week. I will make her finish it before Wednesday. I will make her repeat it, make her repeat it, a repetition, because I knew how it felt to repeat it and all that kind of stuff. So what it takes her people to the Friday, I would make her do it Tuesday, then I would push it Monday. And so that's how it may help her reading increase. And the same thing for me. It was hard for me to just type, right? I can't just go and type. Might have to type over my phone or using my app. Because I used to write everything down and then type it, and then it took me a long time. So
Yeah.
for me to I'm gonna listen to it, I'm gonna hear it, and then I can just spit it out. But it was repetition for me. So it's hard to be a researcher writing an 11-page paper where you don't have the fundamentals. So I had to retrain myself over a lot, and I had to stretch myself. Now I can write 11-page papers. Do I like it? No, but I can do it.
Yeah, I happen to like it, so it's all right. No,
And
it's. I mean,
I just wanted
go
to
ahead,
say
Sandra.
something.
No, you good.
I wanted to say to Ashia while that was fresh. And now I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. And now one of the things that I'm grateful for being here is to listen to people like yourself who speak so fluently and eloquently about things that I have no clue about. And yet I'm learning from you and others like you here. When you speak, it takes me, I might be able to drop something down, and then later on I got to try to figure out what it was because I had to stop writing it down because I couldn't get finished writing it. It's really crazy, but I'm leaning on the thought process that God gives me. And I don't even know, it's amazing to me to see and hear it come out because my notes is like, who did that? Whose writing is that? Is that a 1-year-old or 2-year-old? And it's just crazy, but to hear you get up there and put things together and make your comments and others like you, like I said, it amazes me and it encourages me that I will be able to get to that point of from writing notes to being able to, you know how long it took me to write my book?
That's right.
I
You
take
wrote it,
more
though.
pride in that book. And I'm not talking about the pride that's over God. I'm talking about the fact that I was able to listen to him and write it down. All these little teeny notes and put it all together. It took me years to write one book. And I think the book has like 100 and something pages. For real, it just amazing. So I just want to say thank you for how
That's
you
about how it
come
works,
across. I appreciate that.
Yeah, we spent
All
2
of-
years writing a book. Y'all gonna read in 2 hours. That's for sure. That's for sure. No, thank you so much.
Antonio, my
No,
hand is
I'm coming to you right now. No, I'm coming to you right now because you.
I'm sorry, I wanted to say this to Miss Susan. I mean, not Miss
Okay.
Susan, Miss Sandra. Miss Sandra, I'm a right-handed person. The other day, y'all were talking about what handed are we? Now, I'm right-handed, but I'm forced to have to use my left because half the time I can't hold my pen in my hand. I just
enough.
want you to know that my notes look like a first grader wrote them. And when I ask people to read them, they get really frustrated. And then, of course, that then frustrates me. So I want you to know that what you guys have done for me is giving me the power to stand in front of people because I used to not be able to do anything without it being scripted. I mean, the things that I do every day, I used to write them down so that I could say them in front of people. So I want you to know to be completely encouraged when you do that. But right now, you have my right hand is pinned to my bed. I'm barely trying to pick it up right now. But as you were speaking, it got extremely heavy and it just laid on the bed. And I'm still trying to work it so that I can move. So, but in that strength and in that spirit, Antonio, That's
Yeah,
how it continues to work out. There's not
right.
millions, and you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's got to be something that is got to work within me.
Yeah,
That's
okay,
why
so
I've
let
been
me,
working
yeah,
on the me, because it's
yep.
like, but I make it. I'd be okay. I figured like it'd be a way. My feet land. No money. That's why I say you are the strength of money to me. Remember, when I got here, I couldn't even see it, didn't understand it. I still really don't. I'm listening. I'm trying. You know,
Right,
I'm here.
right.
I show up every day, but I show up every day because you say the ship and the tide and all that
There's
and
all ships.
whatever, however, whatever.
Yep.
But when it comes
Yep.
down to writing something down, Miss Sandra, I gave up on it because it's hard. I can't get past the first page without
So
pens falling and then having to pick it up. And, you know, I try to
no,
talk to the
I'm glad you.
page. Don't you dare freeze on me.
Hey,
Oh,
Adrian, you know
are
how
y'all
you
still
said that
there?
you couldn't get
Okay.
past it? You know how you
Okay.
said you couldn't get past it, and you said that you just write it down. What about you just push yourself there one more time to get to your audience, your potential audience that's waiting for you, a way to see your scrap or your Scrabble. So this push past it because I was diagnosed at an early age as being dyslexic, and I said I'm not gonna wear that title. So if I had to push past myself, procrastination, past embarrassment, past what other people may say or what kind of classes they were going to put me in, if you don't push past yourself, you would never win because you decided to quit on yourself.
So let
So
me
if I
teach
had
y'all
to
how. No.
okay, go
Let me teach y'all how because it's agent's question and it's a solutions I promised you, but it's agent's question. I'm gonna do the same thing, but I'm just gonna word it differently because agent pulled at the garment with a different power. Write all three of these down: law of attraction, law of deliberate creation, and then law of allowing. And I believe since then, Abraham Hicks has called law of deliberate creation something else, but I'll just roll with this. Law of attraction, cause and effect. Every time I'm going to say the same thing over and over, and each time I repeat it, I'm going to go deeper. Law of attraction, cause and effect. Law of deliberate creation, doing what serves you. Law of allowing, ease. Law of attraction, the only thing on this universe that exists. Law of deliberate creation, the only thing in your universe that exists. The law of allowing other people's universe not to bother yours. I'm talking
Letting go.
Letting go. Absolutely. 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 You got all that down? Because I can repeat. I'm making this up as I go.
The universe.
Well, then you don't exist if you're not on the microphone.
The universe parts of each one.
So the last thing I just said, I have no idea what I just said. Who got it? Law of allowing is, let me go. I'll just keep going. I'll just keep going. Law of attraction is, okay, I think maybe. Law of attraction is the only thing that exists in this universe. Law of deliberate creation is the only thing that exists in your universe. Law of allowing, also letting go, is allowing other people's universes not to offend yours. You don't understand what she did to me. You need to master the law of allowing. So when Adrian asked the question, what happens if you are allowing, but it's not happening for you? I was like, well, you're not allowing. I didn't mean that she hasn't mastered flow. From my view of Adrian, she has, but I'm putting all three of these together And when you have someone else's universe offend yours, prick, afflict, be abrasive to yours, you need more help in the flow. And the great thing is, this doesn't take talent. This is a discipline. And like Ralph Waldo Emerson says, like the only quote I remember ever in life, like all disciplines, they can be learned. And I still messed that quote up. Let's think about this for a moment. In order to, I'm going to repeat and I'm going to go deeper. The law of attraction says you do not have to manifest. You just simply have to vibrate what is already manifested. Did you have to create the planet? Think about it. Okay, I want to be born, but I need to create the planet because ain't nobody did it yet. No, the planet's already here. You didn't have to create the planet. You just had to vibrate the harmony with the planet so we wouldn't have global warming. We didn't do that too well. Law of attraction, no, law of deliberate creation says, but law of attraction says manifestation. Law of deliberate creation says for you, by you, through you. Law of allowing says ease, because everything is perfect. And if you have a problem in your life at any point, Otis, it doesn't matter. If you just remember these three things, all those problems will fade, and all those intelligent Antonio answers, those intelligent Neil Donald Walsh answers, and them 11-page papers, they'll just flow into your reality. You won't even have to, you'll be like, how'd you get here? I have no idea, child. Ask an old person how they got what they got. They're going to say, God is good.
Yeah.
Right? They're going to say trust, right? something like that, right? They're going to say, they're going to trust in the Lord because they don't know how. They can't give you all them explanations, but they can tell you, I tried it and it worked. That's about as far as it goes. I tried the Lord in whatever language that is natural for them. Whatever language that's natural for them. Some you talk to someone who doesn't have a religious background and say, well, I invested 10% of all my income. Right? It's the simple answers. Because when you know these three things, you don't need to know the rest of life. Because all of life is included in these three things. How do I treat my children? Well, are you allowing them to be perfect? Are you allowing their universe not to offend yours? Are you deliberately creating a reality that serves you with your children? By serve, I mean the ultimate serve. Is this what you're doing? If that don't make sense to you, watch this here, Jerome. Law of attraction. Everything is already manifested. Just vibrate at what is manifested. Listen. Everything's out. Hold on. Before you copy paste this again, you want to add these. You want to add this in here. You want to add this in here. Everything's already manifested. Law of attraction says everything's already manifested. Choice is illusion. You ain't making no choices out here. I did that. Now vibrate at what's already manifested. I'm gonna say it again. Listen, Jerome. Listen. It's real. It's real slick. It's real slick. Everything's already manifested. It's already here. All you have to do is, as a creation, I'm getting closer, just vibrate at what's created. This time I'm gonna get away, answer away, Jerome. Your Bible says God already created it. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. Be still. Help me, somebody. And know I am God. Seek ye first what I created.
You in there. The
and
kingdom
all
of
these
God.
things will be added unto you. That Jerome just went. He just explained. Law of attraction is simple. It's already created. All you gotta do is vibrate at what I already did. That's your whole Bible. Law of attraction.
So that's when your future you has to talk to the present you because it's already there. You have to catch up because it's already there. You have to catch up to the you're there.
You understand. You understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way you explained it on Saturday.
And that blessed you, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
Okay.
Because it started something rolling. Because if the future you already knows it's already there, then the present me has to catch up to that future me and go ahead and do what needs to be done because it's already been done.
Sounding like
I get it
the
right?
Bible all over again, Danny. Yes, it's already been done. Absolutely. You got it right. You got it right. Y'all, come on, y'all clap for her getting it right, and then we get filled.
Yes. But no way.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, you good. You good. No, you good. You good.
I don't want you to, because okay, so deliberation is within myself. I'll
tell you what. Put a pin in it. As soon as Phil talk, I'm about to give you your shout cue. I'm about to give you your shout cue. So this Phil talk.
because I'm already shouting. No, I've been
it.
shouting, but I'm trying to write the shit down. So like I told you, it's hard for me to write.
I got you.
I'm telling you, it's hard for me to write. So I have to have, I couldn't get everything. So I got it the way that my brain will see it when I see it again. You know what I mean? So you was breaking it down, and now this is the deepest of the deep of the deep of the deep, because I had already got it on the deep when you did it. But go ahead, Mr. Phil.
22:13. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last, the beginning and the end.
Okay, there you go. Y'all heard that?
Yeah.
Exactly. It's in there, huh?
Well,
It's in there. Otis, I got your email, and right after this, I'll respond to you. You're in the right alignment. You're in the right alignment. Adrian, come on, back. Me and you now. Deliberate creation. What I said a lot of stuff about deliberate creation. What I said is it is doing what serves you. And then I snuck in something real quick. I said it's also doing things for you, by you, and through you. I snuck that in. That was real slick, Tracy. I snuck it in and I ran away because it leads to something different. I want you to receive, Jerome. The law of attraction says, I already did it. Now be worthy enough of what I did. God the Father. Law of deliberate creation says, should you recognize that on this earth, you can create anything through you. Tracy got it. By you and for you. Grace, when is the only time Baptist folk are here through you, by you, for you? But it ain't no you. It's a him in there. Switch the words.
True, for
salvation comes through what? Watch out. Jerome, salvation comes. By Christ. Through Christ. Thank you, Jerome. Through him, for him, by him was this world into existence. The law of deliberate creation is God the Son. It's saying, Adrian, I done already set this in place for you. Just be still and know you can have all of it if you vibrate at it. Okay, Tracy is getting it. You got a halo around you right now, girl.
I'm sitting here
Then-
cussing you out, talking to you. Okay, damn, y'all on that
Yeah.
again. All right.
See?
Now I've heard
See?
it too many times, and then I'm just like, okay. And
See?
it's the same because I don't understand. Like it's
Because you're the
ridiculous.
son. Yeah, you're
It's
missing.
ridiculous. Oh my
Yes.
God.
You're missing. You're the son.
I hate
Greater is he who's in me than he who is in the world. You'll do greater things to me. You're missing that you're the son. And all of this is for you, by you, through you. And you sit within the law of attraction made for you.
Mark 9:23.
Talk to me, Phil.
Possible for anyone who has faith.
Everything. Not everything you believe in. Not everything they believe in. Not everything you feel good. Everything is possible without qualification. But then what you got to do is receive that, which kind of leads me, Jerome, to the giver of life. Because none of this is possible without the law of allowing. Because Paul goes out Paul's way to say, look now, Romans 14, Romans 12, Romans 13. Look, let me tell you why I sat up here and wrote all this here. Because I need y'all to get along. I need in community for all of y'all to know the Holy Spirit make all this perfect. Watch it. Law of allowing says everything is perfect. Do you see what I'm doing? Do you see what I'm doing? Law of allowing says, don't let your brother's universe make you stumble. Come on, help me. Come on, help me, Adrian. It's in there. It's in there, Adrian. Don't worry about what they doing over there. Because what you doing over here is worthy of God, and what they doing over there, they're giving thanks to God for it. Don't make your brother stumble.
Jesus, shut up. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Don't worry about how he raised you. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about it, because law of allowing is to say everything is perfect. And the moment you realize that everything is perfect and everything is serving you, then you get to be the son in law of deliberate creation. And you get to benefit from the Father's law of attraction. You are welcome.
Hallelujah.
And it certainly makes for a less stressful life.
Thank you, God.
Okay.
What you say, Doc?
A lot less stressful life when you allow them to be where they need to be, and you don't need to be there with them. You can let go and definitely let God.
My God.
I'm not even gonna say nothing else. Phil told me to drop the mic. I'm not gonna say that. Tracy, you got a question? I'm done. We're done. We're completely done. Okay, Tracy, got no question. Phil, repeat for us what's happening tonight, because I'm not gonna.
Well, we're going to the E-Myth, which talks about, are you a technician, are you an entrepreneur, are you a manager? Help you identify which one of those you have a tendency to manifest, and then know which one you need help with so that you can really have a small business. And then, of course, that's at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. And then at 8 o'clock, bring your wins, bring your challenges, and let's have some fun and make the world a better place for you and me.
I will see you all at 5:30 our time tonight, 6:30 your time, and then roll into the spirit of coaching. Love you, everybody. You can plant better. You can dominate. Love you, everybody.